All right, hi guys, welcome to Money Matters. Today is Sunday and it's 3 o'clock, and we are back at Money Matters once again with a very awesome episode. So, if you're new here, welcome once again. And this is a live stream show that I do under Simply Empowering, where we cover different topics about money. So it's not just your personal finance, but also your business finances as well. And what we aim to do through our live stream sessions is to get you to see the different areas with regards to money, learn something new about them, and take action in those areas. So not only are you going to be looking at like, okay, what can I learn from this, but also what can you do immediately after this to implement some of the things that we are learning. So there are some of the episodes where we'll be featuring different topics. Some of the topics are a bit more technical, like how can I do my budgeting, or how does a loan work, and those kind of topics. But most of our episodes will feature really amazing and credible guest speakers. So through these guest speakers, we hope that we can share their personal experiences and you can learn from their experiences. Because personally, for me, I'm a big fan of learning from other people's experience. I feel like that's the best way you can speed up the whole process, and you don't have to wait until you make big mistakes. So which is why I personally prefer having many different guest speakers from various backgrounds to come on board on my show. So if you're this is your first time, we hope you will continue to stay on and tune in to Money Matters every Sunday, and I hope to give you valuable content every week. If you're a returning viewer, do say hello in the comment, guys. I'm super excited for today's episode. I hope you guys are excited as well. I think this is episode 17. I'm like, wow, okay, there's been 17 episodes since I started. I definitely did not think I would last this long in this project, but it's really exciting, and I think it is a very important thing to continue on to create awareness on personal finance and business finance. So today's topic is really fun. It's about what's your attitude towards financial planning. I think the word is we hear this word a lot, okay, financial planning and all of that, but most of us don't know what we are saying when we say this word. And there's many things we can talk about financial planning. I think we can have a whole series on just financial planning alone. But today we are going to be addressing one of the very important aspects of financial planning as well. And the guest speaker I have on for today is also super exciting. He is Zach Wong. He's a financial planner as well. Personally, I love talking to Zach. He's somebody I've known for the past few years, and whenever I sit down with Zach, there's something for sure I will learn. There's something new I can learn, and he doesn't make learning boring. There's so many times when we learn about finances, we read a book and it's just theory and you barely understood half of it. When you sit down with Zach, there's definitely some value going to come out of it. And it's in a fun manner. It's in so many amazing stories from his different clients and all of that. So I personally enjoy talking to Zach. So I'm very super excited to have him on my show today. If you guys would like to continue getting updates on our Money Matters episodes, you can follow me on my social media, which is The Real Madhura. I'm on Facebook and Instagram as well. Do follow me so that you can continue to get the updates and you don't miss any of the episodes. So without further ado, let me welcome on stage Zach. Hi, Zach.
Hi. Good
How are you?
afternoon, everybody. I'm
Yes.
good, thanks. Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking your time off to join me today.
Ah.
I'm super excited. So, yes, the topic is kind of scary. Probably nobody understands it as well, which is what's the attitude towards financial planning. We will be getting into it, but I think before we get started on that topic, I personally have some questions that I like to ask my guest speakers and torture them with. So, the first one is something very personal, which is like, what is the biggest mistake you have made in terms of money? Because I think this is the area a lot of people make mistakes in, but they don't talk about it.
Okay.
So I would love to hear what you have to say on that.
Okay. Now, today's audience, because I know about the ET group, all right?
Yeah.
So I know a lot of you are young entrepreneurs, okay? But you guys are very smart, okay? But today's topic is not about, you don't need to be very smart to know it. In fact, to answer your question, okay, the biggest mistake I made, okay, is actually not sticking to a
Mm-hmm.
very simple method. Okay, so you don't need to be very smart.
Okay.
It's not rocket science. It's just very simple. That simple attitude or simple method.
Yep.
But you said what's my biggest mistake, right?
Yep.
It's so simple that I did not stick to it. I did not put an importance to it. So I should
Yeah.
have started early. All right. So what after later in what I'm going to talk about, I'll tell you what that simple thing is.
Yes.
But the problem, the mistake that I made was I didn't start earlier. That's the thing. I did not start earlier. I
Yep.
underestimated that simple method. That's what happened. Underestimated the simple method, and I didn't start early. That was my yeah.
That
That's
is
my
so
regret lah.
true. I love that because a lot of people like who are in my age, we like to make things complicated or make it only when it's complicated does it look cool enough for us to
Yeah,
take part in it. So
correct.
when it doesn't, we just kind of ignore it. And I think it's a very important thing that you pointed out. So if you guys are like
Correct.
me and you get excited by the next new shiny thing, don't go for the simple ones. And I think Zach is going to be sharing more about that as well. So
Yep.
thank you about that. The other question I have is this. So I am somebody who believes that everyone, even if you're the worst in money, you will still have some principles that you follow that actually does help you. So what is a one principle or rule that you have with regards to money that you follow closely and has really benefited you over the years?
Okay. Robert Kiyosaki. I think everybody knows about him, right? He wrote the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, right?
Yep.
So if you read that book, he says you have to understand the behavior of money,
Okay.
right? I think that was the crux of his book. If you understand the behavior of money, you can make it work for you. All right.
Okay.
Now, I would say that I'm not saying I'm at the level of Robert Kiyosaki, okay? I'm not. But to answer your question, okay, I would say you need to know your own behavior. That's very important because the thing is that we are all human beings,
Yep.
okay? So our habits will affect, okay, how effective the plans that we put in place. All right. So if you ask me to answer your question, I would say discipline. Don't undermine your discipline, okay? And then you must know how to make your discipline work for you. All right. Yeah. And I'll talk about that afterwards also.
Okay.
How do you
Okay.
make that discipline? So how it applies to me, really you have to understand your own behavior. If you know some things you're very weak about,
Yep.
part of your behavior, nobody's 100% disciplined and and attentive lah,
Yep.
so you need to know where you're weak, and then you find ways to make that work for you. To cover your angles.
Yep. Okay. Okay.
Mm,
Understand yourself, and I think when you do, you'll be able to be more
mm,
discipline and work towards your goals. I love that. So okay. So today's topic is what's your attitude towards financial planning? I think before we get into having the right attitude and all of that, what
mm.
is financial planning? If because I think it's a word that is used
Yep.
everywhere, but I don't think a
Correct.
lot of people understand what it means. So
Yep.
what exactly does it entail when we say financial planning?
Okay. The truth is, financial planning is very broad. Okay, it's very broad, but it
Yep.
can be simplified. You don't need to be very smart, but it's very broad. Okay, you go to any bookstore, everybody knows Kinokuniya. Okay,
Yeah.
you go there, you see one huge section, several level, all books are on financial planning.
Yep.
Okay, and these are books from all over the world. You find experts from all over. Okay, so yeah, it's very broad. But today I'm just gonna simplify it. I hope. Give me permission to simplify it, and then I will talk about the foundation of it. Okay.
Okay.
Now, financial planning basically to put in perspective, everybody has an income. Okay,
Yep.
everybody got income. You every month you either have a salary if you're employed, or if you're a salesperson's commission, or you're a businessman, then you're looking at your sales figure, your income and all that, your turnover
Yep.
and all that, right? Okay.
Yep.
So when all this money coming in, they keep coming in, right? The question is, what do you do with them? Okay. What do you do with the income, the stream of income that comes in? All right. So basically, basically once you hear that question, you must have you know where I'm driving at actually. Like I say, I'm not talking about very smart things today.
Yeah.
You will have a plan. You have to have a plan. When the money comes in, you must have a plan how to manage this stream of income. Okay.
Yep.
So that, just looking at that, has given birth to this idea of financial planning. Okay. Yeah. So you think about your income, you want it to work hard for you. Okay. All right. Then you plan for it. Then the financial planning part comes in. Okay.
Okay.
Now, like I said just now, right? In all should I go explain further about financial planning right now?
Sure, please.
Okay. All right. Thanks. So basically, if you open up any book, chances are you see the first few pages. They have a diagram. They put like a pyramid like that, but it's not a pyramid scheme, lah. Okay. But in that triangle, they separate to 3 sections. So you got the bottom, then you got the middle and the top tier. Okay. This is, like I said, guys, this is simplifying financial planning. Huh?
Yep.
So when money come in, your first fruits, the top priority, you should use your money to do the bottom part, which we call wealth protection. Okay. Then once you spend enough money on that one, then you go to the second tier, which is wealth accumulation. Okay. Then again, you go, once you think you spend enough on those two, then you go to the top tier, wealth distribution. Okay, so you have this thing called wealth, all this wealth. So when money comes in, okay, what happens is that you should spend some money, okay, to protect your wealth. Okay. So I need, guys, I need to ask one thing, right? What is your most important asset? What is your most valuable asset? All right. So, but because we've got 20 minutes, I wouldn't give you guys put a quiz there and ask you, right?
But if you guys are watching, feel free to drop it in the comments.
Yeah. So the answer actually is not your house or your German car, okay, or maybe your set of jewelry in the safe deposit box. No, those are not your most valuable asset. Your most valuable asset is actually you yourself. Okay. So like I said just now, right? Money comes in. What do you do with the money? So you read these books, they'll tell you the first roughly about 10%, the first 10% of your money that comes in, you must spend into protecting yourself. Do something with your money that protect yourself. Of course, don't give the money to all these along, don't give money to all these gangsters to protect you. That's not my point. Yeah, not that protection. Okay? I will talk about that protection later, the proper way of the proper protection via financial planning. Okay. So, wealth protection, protect you yourself the first, because very simple. If anything bad happens to you, you can't go out there and work. You can't, if you lose your eyesight, it's very difficult to do a lot of things on the computer to put in your stock purchase whatever, right? Okay, so you need to protect yourself. So the second level is wealth accumulation, which means once you've done enough money to protect yourself, then you invest. Okay? You invest. Because you want to make your money grow. Okay? And you should be greedy about that. This is a positive kind of greed. Okay? Because let's say if you have proper plan, you know where to use the money. Yeah, right? Yep. Where to use the money towards, in that sense. Then the last one is wealth distribution, which we talk about how to handle your money if anything happens to you, like wills and trusts. Okay? So today, my basic thing, since most of you are in your 20s, most of you are very young, okay? Though you are very smart, all of you are very smart. I mean, seriously, I'm actually, you say you enjoy listening to me. I actually enjoy hanging out with you guys, because I'm so challenged by each and every one of you by your achievements, but not just achievements, the dedication that you put in. You guys sacrifice a lot of your time and spent it in the right way. That's why you could achieve so much in your early 20s. You guys, I really enjoy hanging out with the ET group youngsters. All right. So with wealth protection, okay, the attitude is there is a simple thing that you need to do. Okay. Which is every month when the income comes in, spend your first 10% on something to protect yourself. Okay. Now that something happens to be what we call an insurance contract. Okay. I wouldn't even just say insurance. I'll say insurance contract. because you are entering into a contract with an insurance company, okay, where if anything happens to you, okay, then the insurance company will pay you that sum of money to relieve your stress, right? Now, I think I say this many times. Money doesn't solve everything, but to have money when you are in times of trouble, right? It
Yeah.
relieves. It just takes away all the stress. It may
Yes.
not
Agree.
solve everything, but it really releases stress. All right.
Yep.
Now, I want to take a pause, and then I want to ask people some simple questions. Yeah. Okay. To stress this point. This point about you need protection. Okay. So I'm going to stress this point. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So here comes a lot of people, you see your old friends, sit down at kopitiam before MCO and all that. And then suddenly you talk about money. And then someone will say, oh yeah, nowadays 20,000, what is 20,000 lah? Not much money lah. I don't
Yeah.
know Matura, have you heard of such people say such things before? I don't know about you, but my age,
I would not say that, but okay.
okay. Because you guys are still young, so really
Yes.
honestly, you guys are still young in your early 20s and all that. So you won't say that. But
Yep.
because I'm in my late 40s, guys. Okay.
Yep.
I think even people in their early 30s, you will hear them say this. Because early 30s, you already got out of work, you may
Yeah.
earn like 5,000-6,000 ringgit a month, and
Yeah.
then in 5 months you already can you can get 30,000 already. Okay.
Yes.
So maybe you meet all these people in their 30s or 40s, or maybe in the 20, or maybe those who are in their 20s who come from, okay lah, I'm happy for them lah. They come from well-to-do family lah, maybe lah. Okay, then they'll say, oh, 30,000 is not a lot of money. Okay, they'll say this, in 2 or 3 months time I can spend and the money will be gone.
Yep.
And of course I know they don't mean like they spend money frivolously. Maybe they spend money to pay some credit card lah. Maybe they want to pay some commitments things like that.
Yep.
Okay, so when these people say, oh, 20,000, 30,000 is not a lot of money, then I always ask them, then you give me lah. Give me the money. Do you have 20, 30,000? You say it's not a lot of money, right? Give it to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
That is when they really feel it. They really feel it. The pain is there. Then they go,
Yes.
yeah, actually, simply saja cakap 20, 30,000 is not a lot of money. But for me to give away 20, 30,000, even for a valid, reasonable cause, wow, it's painful. You won't
Yep.
take one night. You won't take 1 week. You may take months before to decide whether to give away the 20, 30,000. Okay.
Yes.
So what I'm trying to say is this: if you get into trouble, okay, that wealth protection part. Today we are just going to talk about wealth protection, the basic part.
Yeah.
So when you are in trouble, who's going to give you the 20, 30,000? Just like that. If you're going to ask from your parents, you're troubling them. You're giving them stress. Right? You transfer your stress from you to them. You're sharing your stress. If you ask from your friends, also you transfer the stress, but you also add more stress because you also feel obligated. Or I really need to, work hard and save money to pay back my friends.
Yep.
And then you don't just owe them money. You owe them something more than just money. Right? I think you all know, right? I know they're your friends, they care for you, but why do you want to get into such a situation? So I'm just saying, guys, every month, financial planning says when the income comes in, please prioritize. The first 10% of your money, spend it on an insurance contract, okay, where you protect yourself against what? So here comes another subtopic. What are you protecting yourself against?
Yes.
Okay, so you're protecting yourself against only 4 things. Okay, in general, for insurance contract, only 4 things. Number one is death. Okay, so if anything happens to you, especially for people who are married, and the minute they carry the baby, their first baby in hand, they'll start worry about this. They think that, oh, if I die, will my kid whom I love so much, will he or she be taken care of? My spouse who has made that huge decision to be my partner, my life partner, and then I leave my spouse, kesian dia lah, have to work hard alone to take care of everything. So if I do die, I want to leave more than 30,000, okay, guys? I want 300,000, 600,000, 1 million to be given to my family. So that they can, I know, like, when I die, of course, my spouse, if I have a spouse, the spouse will cry, for 1 year, 2 years. But the human spirit is strong. They'll bounce back. And with the money that they have, that really helps a lot. Okay. Now the second thing is disability. All right. If I'm disabled, all right. Oh, I don't know. I hope you guys have never seen anybody who's disabled. Okay, who is stuck at home, sit on the bed, worry about bed sores. No income. Somebody has to feed. Somebody has to change you, take you, lift you up, go to the bathroom. Clean you after you pass. You pass. Number one or number two. It's very difficult time lah. All right. So you want the insurance contract that spells out very clearly. If I'm disabled, they also pay a huge sum. More again, like I say, more than 30,000, more than 300,000. I want more than 1 million, where they pay me so that I can take care of myself. I can convert one of my room to a special room for myself. Buy special bed, tekan butang, the bed will lift me up or things like that. Because I can't expect people to keep lifting me. They may hurt themselves also. All right. Third thing is called critical illness. The keyword is critical. So you're looking at things like cancer. Okay. You're looking at things like maybe heart failure, serious heart failure. You may look at things like, last time you guys may know Stephen Hawking's a very smart guy. His brain is working, but his brain's the signals, the synapses are not sent down to all the muscles, to the limbs. So he can't walk, he can't speak. Okay. All right. He types by just flicking his moving his eyelid. At one point, he can't even move his eyelid. He has to use his eyeball, to type. His computer actually detects his eyeball movement. So once you have this critical illness, here's the key thing: you're still alive. You're fighting for your life. You're going to get special doctor's treatment and things like that. Okay, but you got no income. Right? So you want the insurance company again in the contract to say, if I have this critical illness, the insurance company is supposed to pay me minimum 24 times to 36 times what I used to have as my monthly income. So if I earn 10,000 a month, I should cover critical illness at least 240,000. Okay, 240 to 360,000. Why? If I have critical illness, this will be what we call income replacement. Right? So, see, right now I'm really talking to you all about planning, guys. This is all financial planning. So don't get caught in a situation whereby, oh gosh, I'm now ill, I'm this and that, I got no money coming in. I should have entered into those contracts, right? So this is planning. Plan for it, right? Wealth protection. Okay. I just go back a little bit here, and that's why to refresh you guys. So with the critical illness, I need 24 to 36 months. So your question would be, why only 2 years or 3 years? Very simple. At the end of the 2 years or 3 years of fighting this illness, you will either die or it's true. I mean, you might win, right? So if the illness win, okay, die. But let's say you win, which I hope you win, right? So if a person wins that battle against that critical illness, guess what? He or she can go back out there and work. Okay, because you don't want to just stay at home. Just stay at home. My God, you'll be bored to tears, lah. All right, things like that. So you want to be, a productive member of the community, lah. Okay. Yeah. So death, disability, critical illness, and the last one is medical and hospitalization. Okay. Just a quick point. I think when I say medical hospitalization, most people know what it's about, lah. Basically, if I go to hospital, this insurance contract is going to pay for the hospital bills. Okay? Okay. Some of you, in fact, not some, almost all of you are already working. And when you're working, if your employer buy insurance for you, and your employer usually will buy medical and hospitalization insurance for you, and you may think, oh, okay, my boss is so nice, bought me all these plans. Okay lah, good. And it's true, your boss is very nice. He or she bought it because guess what? By law, your employer doesn't need to buy for you. The Malaysian law doesn't make it a compulsory thing for people to buy, your employer to buy insurance for you. Okay. Yeah. So if your employer buys it for you, they are very kind. Okay. Yep. But actually, they also get tax deduction now. Okay, fine. But never mind. That's beside the point. Now, this is the thing this is the planning part about the medical and hospitalization. Don't just depend on your boss's medical insurance plan. Yep. You have to get one on your own. That is the planning bit. Okay. Why? Very simple. You will fall ill one day. Okay. And when you do fall ill, if you haven't got an insurance policy, then you are caught in a situation in future you won't be able to buy an insurance
Yep.
policy. So assuming I'm in my 30s, let's say, I'm 33 years old. Wow, I think I'm like, wow, 3, I'm very strong, I'm very young, full of energy. So I thought, okay lah, no need to buy all this insurance plan, no need to start early lah. Remember, Matura, you asked me the first question, what was my biggest regret, right?
Yep.
So the biggest regret is I didn't start early. So here
Yep.
is your regret if you didn't do it. At 33, I think I'm strong. I didn't put an importance to this financial planning part, which is which I've heard many people like Zach has talked about, which is start early, right?
Yeah.
I didn't get into this insurance contract, which contributes to the wealth protection part. I didn't do it, and guess what? At age 33, I found that I got cancer, maybe breast cancer, or for the guys, maybe heart the heart issue or early stage of diabetes. Okay, so guess what? You're only 33. So what if you live up to age 66? Double 33, What if you live up to age 70 and then guess what? You don't have insurance policy then. Because you will stop working at age 50.
Yep.
And from age 50 to the day we see our God, when we die, okay, you have no protection. So that's it. When we started this talk, what's my biggest regret? I would say simple things. Look, I'm just telling you, buy an insurance policy. That's as simple as that. Because the insurance policy is a contract that covers you on the 4 things. Plan for it. Plan for your protection. Protect yourself against these 4 things. All right. So that you get big sums of money from the insurance company. All right. So don't fall into this thing to regret not buying early. Okay.
I have a question, Zach. Like,
Go.
For me, it seems like it's common sense that you must get it. It's
Yeah.
like it's not really.
Yeah.
It looks like common sense, right? But there are
Yeah.
people who don't get it. Do you?
Yeah.
Is that what is the reasoning, or what are they thinking? I mean, what is the thought process that leads them to not actually think this is important?
I sincerely feel after being in the banking industry, I was in the banks for 12 years. After that, now insurance also like 19 years already, right?
Yeah.
I really believe because they didn't see how I hate to say this. This is negative motivation. Negative motivation. They did not see how bad a situation that he or she can be in if they did not plan. So I will say this to answer your question very briefly. People who come to me ask me questions about insurance, they usually fall into these 3 categories. Number 1, they have fallen ill, and then they find that they cannot buy an insurance policy. See, now they see the dangers of not planning early.
Yep. Yep.
Number 2, they see their parents, they see their loved ones going through very tough situations like that. Then they realize, oh God, our family savings is gone. Okay, like for example, just this past few months, I got clients who actually had several strokes. Okay, one client has 3 strokes in 1 year, spent 600,000. Spend 600,000 in total for hospital bill. So assuming you didn't buy an insurance contract, right? Wow, where are you going to get the 600,000? Okay,
Yep.
and you may think you can go to government hospitals. I don't want to talk about politics, but how long can government hospitals sustain? Okay, we all know that the reserves in our country is quite low right now. So if it's not properly managed into the future, the government hospitals may not be able to take care of you. In fact, right now, warga emas, okay, warga emas those is get almost free medical care in the government hospitals. Now, as a warga emas, if you have to go for, let's say, putting a pacemaker or because your heart is failing, you have to pay for the pacemaker now, right? For warga emas. Okay, so to answer your question,
Yes.
why do they not get this simple thing? It sounds very simple. Why do they not get? Because they don't see how scary it can get. So whether we like it or not, you know how okay, Matura, I know you're not Chinese, but you're also Malaysian, so you have a lot of Chinese friends.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe Indians also will do the same thing. Actually, all right. Your parents will always when you started working, your parents will always say, "Are you saving money or not? Are you buying a house or not? Are you?" And then guess what? Some of them even say this: "Are you buying an insurance policy or not?" The Chinese families, the parents will always say, "Are you buying? Have you bought insurance policy or not? Because if anything happens to you, how?" They'll say that. So what are they doing? They are scaring you. They're trying to scare you. So to answer your question is that they don't see how scary that can be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we need to let people see. So as friends, if you care for each other, you should talk about this also. Of course, as friends, we like to have good meal, play computer games together, watch movie together, do shopping together, dance together, drink together. Yeah. It's all good time. But at certain moments, just ask, hey, actually, for your finances, how do you plan? Or you ask the question, finances, how do you plan? Then you hear lah, see what they talk about lah. And if they say they don't save money, then you tell, oh, you must save. And if you never talk about insurance, have you talked about insurance? Hey, if you've seen people who are disabled, it can happen to anyone. You walk out, suddenly there's a flower pot fall on your head, in a very freak manner. Then your by the way, this is a case benar. It happened to one of my clients. It's not a flower pot. It was a big bag of rubbish. Fell on his head and basically just a very 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 yeah. He just cracked the top part of the backbone. He's actually partly paralyzed. Okay, yeah. So that's to answer your question. Sorry if
Yeah.
I've dragged it. Yeah.
No. I also, okay. This is something I've heard from people as well. So I have people say they got into this insurance plan because they are like looking into saving and then taking out money in a few years and
Yep.
buy a house and all of that. So they're doing that kind of planning, right?
Yep.
But they aren't actually understanding what is actually
Mm.
behind the policy. So few years
Yep.
later, they find out they didn't there was not much savings, and
Yeah.
then they get mad.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
why is that happening? As youngsters, why
Yeah.
are they getting into
Yeah.
that kind of issues?
Yeah. Actually, I want to talk about that as towards the later part of this. Can I answer that later?
Sure.
Okay, I'll answer that later. But right now, because the way you started that question just now, Matura, actually that was the second thing which I want to go to, savings. Okay, all right. So it's true that when you buy an insurance policy, there is a savings element. Okay, but a good insurance policy, the first one or two that you buy lah, the first one or two insurance policy that you buy should spend 70 to 80% of the money towards buying protection, to buy protection against the four things I mentioned. Then the balance 20-30% is channeled towards savings. Okay, all right.
Yep.
So let's assume, like I said, if your income a month is 5,000. I already mentioned that in financial planning, they say you should spend about 10% towards the wealth protection part. So you spend every month, you should spend 500 ringgit. Okay, so every month you should spend 500 ringgit into insurance policies that should cover you. So out of that 500, maybe 60 to 100 ringgit will go towards savings portion. Okay. Now, actually, this is the point that I really want to stress upon right now, based on what you just said just now. Guys, please do your savings. Here's a keyword: regularly. Regularly. And be disciplined about it. Something which you talked about at the beginning of this chat.
Yep.
See, the thing is, the Malays have this saying which is very important. Sikit-sikit, lama-lama, jadi bukit.
Yep.
Right? It's very simple. I mean, come on, it's very simple. Like, you got one corner of your house. Every day you throw one piece of your dirty t-shirt there. Every day you just throw one, but you don't clean it. Ayo, that pile of dirty t-shirt is going to gather into a mountain and your whole house will smell. Okay? Right? So this is the habit. This is a simple habit. So this is the attitude that I want people to have.
Yeah.
Don't undermine simple methods. Don't undermine simple regular habits, which is every month, please just put that 500 in, put that 500 in. Okay, in the example I mentioned, earn 5,000, 10% go to wealth protection, put that 500 in every month. And it usually has a savings element. And over time, you will see that you actually have a healthy sum of money. And after 10, 15 years, if you start at age 22, 10, 15 years, maybe you're in your early 30s, you think about buying a house. Then you realize, oh, my insurance policy has got X sum of money. I can use that. Although I don't encourage this, but if need be, take that sum to put down payment for a house. I don't mind it because you're taking the money from insurance for a good cause, which is to buy a proper investment. Okay? So, like I said, we've been talking about financial planning. And then what was my biggest regret is that knowing the simple thing that needs to be done, I didn't do it earlier on. I didn't start early. So I want you to start all this early. Start saving money early. Start buying an insurance policy, which is a protection plan, early, so that you don't get caught. All right. So what I want to say also, another two things. Just two things that then Matura, you asked me another something else.
Yeah.
The first thing is that I always tell people, right? guys, how much are you? Let's say you got a car lah. Nowadays people got car lah, because they don't depend on public transport. Unfortunately, our public transport in our country can be better managed lah. So a lot of people have to buy a car. Then I ask, hey, how much do you pay for your car loan a month? Most of them will say easily 600 to 1,000 ringgit. Okay. Then I usually ask them, guys, if anything happens to your death, disability, critical illness, hospitalization, how does your car help you? Really, in that four situation, how does your car help you?
Yeah.
Look, guys, I am not saying that cars are not important. I have a car also. All right. Cars are important to get you from place to place to earn, to draw income and all that. I understand. Okay. But don't forget to prioritize. The money, the income comes in. What is your first thing that you should do? Wealth protection. Buy an insurance plan, that has some form of savings also at the same time.
Yep.
So I'll tell people, your car won't help you. And then I'll tell them, this is the point I want to drive it up, by the way. Wow, you can spend 800 ringgit to buy a car, and now I'm just asking you to, you earn 5,000. You know what? I'm actually asking you to commit 300 ringgit. It's not even 500. I said 300 ringgit. And you're taking a long time to think. You know what? That shows me that I failed at my job to make you see how important this is. That means I failed in my job to scare you. It's true. Actually, part of my job, I always deliver bad news. Matura, just when you introduce me, you say, I always make you laugh and all that. Actually, when I heard that, I was thinking, actually, I do make people laugh. I scare people laugh. That's what I was thinking. I was like,
That is true.
Yeah, I scare people a lot, But I want to say something, guys. I just want to pause and say something. Because I know the ET group for quite some time already, many years already. So some of you have the privilege of knowing me for many years already, like you, Matura. Some of you have already started this wealth protection plan with me, through me. I helped you do that. So 3 years ago, one of you did it, okay? When this person was in the 20s, okay? 20-year-old only, very young, strong, healthy, vibrant. The life is all sunshine, beautiful. 3 years ago, this person did an insurance plan with me, okay? And actually, at the back of my mind, I was thinking, I'm very happy, such a young person actually asked me to do it, because this person very conscientious, really think through, And you know what? Just a few months ago, I'm really, really extremely happy that this person really did it. Because just a few months ago, this person sat me down, update me about what's happening in his or her life, just told me that has a defining illness, defining illness. It's a serious illness. If did not treat early, this person will have lifelong repercussion. Okay, I don't want to give a lot of details because I don't think it's fair for me to give so much detail about this person. Actually, I should ask for permission from this person first, but I didn't. But you know what I'm trying to say. So you know what this person said to me? This person said this to me, Zach, I'm glad I thought of this earlier. So I want to expound on this point. The solution is not some skyrocket, scientist kind of system.
Yeah.
Financial planning is very simple. Just do something regularly. Discipline yourself every month. Just commit to it. See the top priority, the nature of the top priority on this. All right, and then start early, like this person did. Okay. Now,
one of the things I personally did not do when I first started working was even like saving up money, right? Like putting aside some amount of what you earn towards savings. Although I knew the theory, I never really paid attention to it. I never did it. It's like when it's convenient, you will do it, kind of thing. So then few years pass, and then you realize you have worked for many years, but you have still no savings, and what have you done in your life? So I think it's the same scenario with in this as well. It's like if you guys you won't realize the time passing until something goes wrong, and then you'll regret it in a way. So simple steps, I love it. Take simple steps, don't underestimate them, stick to them.
May I say something very quick?
Yes.
Suddenly, okay, I should entertain you guys a bit lah. Since you say I like to make joke, right? So okay, but this joke sort of a joke lah. It's not a joke for that person who told me this lah. But when you hear it, you will laugh a bit lah. But you don't completely laugh lah. So this person tells me, all those years I didn't think, like you just say, Mathura, all those years when I should have saved money, I didn't save. I spent I spent all my money on drinking. So this person loves drinking. Wow, you ask this friend of mine talk about Cabernet Sauvignon, single malt whiskey. Wow, got a lot of story come up when wow, gets very excited. All the process. I flew to Scotland, go visit all the distillery. That. Okay, this is what this person told me.
Yeah.
Zach, you come to my house, all these bottles I keep, after drinking, all the bottles I keep, and I stack them up so nice, it's like a decoration piece. So this person tells me, oh, you come to my house to see, I got such beautiful, monumental designs by whiskey bottles and wine bottles and all that. But guess what? My bank account doesn't have that much money. So this is the thing, guys. This person did it. He knew. Sikit-sikit lama jadi bukit. Tapi dia punya bukit bukan bukit duit. Bukan bukit kewangan. Dia punya bukit botol. So this person managed to build an empire, a mountain of bottles. So let's say you laugh at him, but then he calculate, wow, I spent this amount of money. If I kept it until now, wow, see, I would have this amount. All right.
Yeah.
Now, here comes the part about, you remember you asked me 2 questions at the beginning?
Yep.
What the second question, which I said is behavior. Robert Kiyosaki, do you understand money behavior? Then I said you also should know your own behavior.
Yep.
Now this is the behavior which I really want to talk about. And I think it's very common challenge for all of us. If you see the money, you will spend the money. Right?
Yeah, agreed.
I think you know where I'm going to go to, Mathura. You know and all of you audience, you all know where I'm getting at. Guys, please have a bank account where there is no internet banking and where there is no ATM card. Okay?
Yeah.
Just every month send the money into that account, and or maybe every month use your just channel money to a unit trust investment. Every month spend some money, invest. Okay? Small little sum of money. Make it very difficult for you to touch the money. I don't mind telling you guys, I don't know whether it's actually okay. We are all people we can trust here. I have bank account outside of Malaysia. Okay. I have a bank account in Singapore. And every now and then I send money there, send money there. And that bank in Singapore gives me a card so that I can, even in Malaysia, can put into the machine, any of the ATM machine, even in Malaysia and banks in Malaysia, I can just take the money out. I have to pay the charges only lah.
Yeah.
I refuse. I told the bank, keep the card. Okay. I said, keep the card. Then the internet banking also, I limit my withdrawal limit every month to only a very small sum.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the behavior I want to talk about, the disciplining side, and understand your weaknesses, guys. Know where are your weaknesses. And guys, please be open with, you see, although I'm the speaker today, you can come to me after this, we can keep talking. But I'm not the only one who's a financial planner out there. There's so many out there. Talk to any one of them. Tell them, guys, please, I challenge you this. Don't be shy. Tell them your weaknesses. In your behaviors, in your own characteristics, what are your weaknesses that has affected your financial planning? Tell them so that they will give you some ideas on how to cover that part lah. All right. So like I said, the topic today is attitude about financial planning, right? So have all this attitude, okay? All right. Small techniques, small methods are very powerful because of time. So start early.
Yep.
Then the second part is don't underestimate all these small methods. Sikit-sikit lama really jadi bukit. Just make sure it's the right bukit. Bukit kewangan, bukan bukit botol.
I will never unsee that example, man. I'm gonna consistently think about that.
Yeah.
So the bottles or the actual money. Yeah. I think that's a very, very nice end to wrap up today's session.
Okay.
Start small, guys. I know it's not exciting.
Yeah.
It may not give you the adrenaline rush that like a Bitcoin would give you or something like that, but you start somewhere, get the basics right, then you can explore into other areas, I feel. So yeah, thank you so much, Zach. Any last words or before I wrap up today's session?
Okay, I would say because within the context of what we all spent, right? Try finding. I said talk to some financial planners out there. Okay, I would say this: don't just let that person trust that person 100%. No, I'm not saying don't trust that person. I'm
Yeah.
saying don't let that person decide for you 100% what you want to do. Okay, please. The thing is caveat emptor. Let the buyer beware. You are buying a financial plan. Please take time to study the financial plan that you're about to buy into. Okay,
Yep.
take time, read through, study it. Okay, understand it. Then you will have the right questions, and you know whether it meets your needs. It's very important. You must get a plan that really meets your needs. Okay,
Yep.
read the terms and conditions properly. Talk to the financial planner. Okay, that is very very important. That's what I would say.
Yep.
Although yeah, you guys say, oh yeah, Zach is right. I should start early. I should get into something, but don't simply get something and that's
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Get
true.
to know, get to know what it's about. By the way, I'm just saying, get involved in financial planning. Don't completely throw it to somebody and that's it. Okay,
Yep. Yep.
that's what I would say.
That is so true. I agree, because there's when you work with people on like, let's get your finances sorted out or anything like that, the first thing, oh, okay, you will tell me what to do and that's it.
Yeah,
And then they don't want to get involved because
yeah,
it looks scary, but actually when you get involved do you really learn the lessons you need
yeah.
to learn. So yeah, I think that's a very, very nice end to it. Thank you so much, Zach, for the
Thanks.
sharing today. I think there's a lot more we can talk about, but probably we'll
Mm,
have another episode on the different areas about insurance and all of that. So thank you so much once again.
most welcome.
Hope to see you in our future Money Matter session. Let me
Yes,
wrap up today's.
yes. I'll let you wrap up.
All right, thank you. So that's it, guys, for today's Money Matters episode. I think I had a lot of fun. I'm not sure about you guys. Drop it in the comments if you anything in particular caught your attention and was something new that you have heard. For me, seriously, the Sikit Sikit Lama Jadi Bukit is stuck in my head. I'm not gonna unhear it anytime soon. And this is what this whole series is about. It's about learning different areas and we apply it. So if you have not taken any action in this area, please go and see what you can do about your financial planning, especially your wealth protection and all of that as well. So do leave us a review on our Facebook page. So we would love to hear what you guys have to say. So you can go to facebook.com/simply empowering or our Instagram page via simply empowering, and you can just mention how was today's episode, what you learned and whatnot. And we will be back every week. One of the things that I will be doing is I'll have a subscription list. So for anyone who wants to get personal updates on the future Money Matters episodes, you want to know exactly what's happening next week, who's the guest speaker and whatnot, do subscribe to Money Matters. And I'm gonna leave the Google form link in the comments so that you can sign up. What you will get is a message or an email personally on what are the episodes that we have, the link to it and whatnot, so that you don't have to keep signing up and RSVPing for different episodes. It's a one-time sign up for all of our future episodes. So do drop your contacts there. If you feel like anyone else should be watching this, feel free to share this episode with them and ask them to subscribe to Money Matters as well, so that they get personalized updates as well. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope to see you guys next week. My name is Madhura. See you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching, and please do like and subscribe so that you never miss an episode. Do share this episode with your friends and family. And if you like this episode, leave us a review on our Facebook page, facebook.com/simply empowering. Money Matters is where we aim to provide valuable content to inspire and empower you on your money matters. Thank you once again for watching this episode, and see you guys at the next one.